Hi guys, adorables. For new guys on my channel, my name is Dan, I'm simple Russian man and I learn English by old American movies. And right now I'm going to show you how one of the most southwest Russian towns looks like in the winter. Let's go with me. It's a minus 15 Celsius right now. In many my videos you asked me, do we have homeless people in Russia? Not so many like in USA or Canada. We have very cheap houses like that. It's here will be very poor people live, and usually people have something, some small and cheap house, but they have it. Like that, for example, or like that. Usually, if house looking something like that, it's a poor people live here. That houses can be from bricks. It will be small houses, 50-60 years old. And I think for 10,000 homeless people in USA, it will be one homeless people in Russia. For last year, I saw homeless people maybe a couple of times. That is the best example of the most cheap house. There the most poor people live. It's the minimum level like that. Yeah, it's a very old, maybe 60-70 years old house. I can see very old fundamentation, and it's not from bricks, it's a saman. In Russian we call it saman, and it's from wood. Yeah, and that's why it's a difference between our countries. The most poorest people, they have something very cheap. It's not it house will be not beautiful, but they will have it. Usually they have wood stove there, and sometimes they have gas heating in that small houses. Yeah. It's ice there. This is the best example how the middle class are living. They usually have houses like that or like that. It's old, but it's very solid. It's old house, but it's from the good bricks. Quality of bricks very good. And the middle class are living here, the house of middle class people, and very poor house here near. And you can see that usually in Russia, not usually, in most of cases, we have fences. It will be poor house, cheap house, middle house, or of course expensive house. People will have fences. Only the most oldest houses, they haven't fences. like that. This house located on a corner, and it haven't fences because the border of their territory is going here. Automatic doors. Look at that old house, and there are no fence here because the border of their private territory is going here. They cannot make border here because their border is here. I think this house is old too, and this is a new fence is going here, and after 3 meters far away there is the house. Look at that. Very, very old, but someone will live here. Look at that. It's very, very old. But in most of cases in Russia we haven't abandoned houses in our towns. There are abandoned houses only in far, far Siberian villages, country villages. In south of Russia, there are no abandoned houses. It's a sports school for children and school, regular school, municipal. This house is 40-50 years old, and this quality of that bricks is very good. Very good quality of bricks. And near it's a modern house. It's modern bricks. They looks beautiful, but I think they are not so solid like these bricks. These old bricks had more strong quality. Let's see how it will looks like after 30 years old. And of course apartment buildings. People are hating their cars. This apartment building, it's not the most cheapest one. There are some apartment buildings what was made in Soviet Union time. They are very old. They have good quality, but they're very old. And of course, in that old apartment buildings, the poorest people live too. Condominium, condo, we call it condo. It's something middle between apartment building and private house. Children went from the school. very poor, very old house too. Have problem with walls. So that situation is very interesting, very unique. In Russia, another one. In Russia, average salary is about $400 US per 1 month. $400 US per 1 month. It's the average salary in Russia. I don't know for sure how what is the average salary in your countries. I think in Australia, USA, Canada, it's about $3,000-4,000. Your prices higher in 4 times than our prices for most of goods like food, for example. But your cars are cheaper than our cars. The prices for cars in Russia in 2 times higher than in USA or Canada or in Australia. But so our people have average salary $400, yes, but there are not so many homeless people. Yesterday I saw a video about Pennsylvania and Detroit city in Michigan state, and the man was going and showed homeless people on the streets. I was impressed, удивлен. I don't know how it will be for sure in English, but it was a surprise for me. I didn't expect to see so many homeless people, because usually in comments you told me, Dan, do you have homeless people? We have that problem in our country, and I didn't know that that problem is so big. Do you know what is that? In private houses we have gas heating, but in houses like that, in that apartment houses, in that apartment buildings, apartments, they use heating from that towers. Wow, what a solid fence. Very solid. It's higher than my hay. Rich people, they prefer fences from the bricks. It's not a rich house, it's a middle class, because it's just bricks columns, and that is a very thin metal, very thin. It will be here too. Columns. They will be decorated by bricks, I think. I had a round trip around that tower. This is municipal sauna. When I was young, we had very poor house, and we hadn't gas heating, we had wood stove, and of course we hadn't bath, we hadn't sauna, we hadn't shower, and my parents went to that municipal sauna. It still works. This is the old building, this is the new. and the new looks like not so, like pretty like that. Excuse me for mistakes. Usually I cannot say something very correctly because I don't know words, and it's sometimes confused for my mind to translate something what I wanna say, because I wanna say something in Russian and I'm going to translate it in my mind, and I don't know some word, and it's like a stop, it's like a traffic jam, you know, like so sorry for if my speech is ununderstandable. It's something new what came from the soft status. It's you can see it's not a classic house. Usually we have a roof. It haven't a roof because it's something like you in Florida in USA. You know, you don't need a roof. People in Florida, they don't need roof because they haven't snow in a winter. We have snow, and to make house like that against rain and against snow, it will be more expensive, but people choose that design because it's a modern, it's not a classical design, it's modern, and they choose it. That's how very, very poor people live. And it's poor, but they have the roof under their heads. They have it. Municipal, they use some chemical stuff, and that's why the snow is disappearing. That chemical stuff kill the ice, but it's very bad for cars, because after that chemical stuff cars will have rust. It's not so big problem in south states of Russia, but in northern states, the most of their cars have deep rust. We called it garage. Garage. It's in your garage. In English it's a garage too. In Russian it's a garage. In English garage. People who live in that old apartment buildings, in their old time they bought these garages, and right now it's their private territory, private garages here, because that house, these apartment houses are very old. It's about 60 years old. My favorite car right now, it's a you know, it's just a men's topics. Women not usually so interested in cars, but it's like a horse for men. Yeah, in old times it was horse. Right now it is a car, and I know everything about that. I know that what engines it have. It has 2 liters and 2.5 liters engine. It have variator, CVT transmission, and it have automatic classical transmission, and it have different types of 4x4 technology, and it have different types of safety program, like a pedestrian safety program when your car stops between pedestrian. I think it's right now it's my favorite SUV. But in 2019, 4 or 5 years ago, it cost about $25,000 US. $25,000 US. It was the price in 2019. Right now the price increased in 2 times. Right now in Russia that car costs $55,000 US. Some packages cost $60 US. That's how prices increased. They increased for 4 years in 2 times. So right now only very rich people can afford RAV4. Bus stop, it's a bus station here, and these little buses came here, trolleybuses and big buses too. There are many municipal transport in our town and in most of towns in Russia. We have mini buses like that. We call it marshrutka. It's like a mini bus, yeah? People turn their hand, stop it, and they haven't schedule. People do that and stop that mini buses. The ice. Problem with ice. And of course the most useful transport and the most cheap is a trolley bus. It goes by electric. Another one. Today I decided to don't show you downtown some beautiful locations. I decided to show you something real. Then regular people live. It's a real Russia. There are people live. It's like it's like a USA. You know, all world know about New York City, but for example, as for me, I didn't know what's going on in Detroit, Michigan, or in Pennsylvania state. I didn't see the real life. I just saw the artificial image in the movies, something like that. Coffee. Last 5 years people crazy about coffee. Coffee. Where is the clean water? I don't know. Very popular material, blocks, concrete blocks. My house made from that blocks too, and decorated by yellow bricks after that. Yeah. It will be not house, it will be something like a commercial. It's for commercial, yeah. My lovely tree, the pine. Look, it is the best example. They had guest heating here. No, it's they don't live here. I think it's like a guest house right now. No, door is closed. It's not abandoned. It's just people can sell it. That is the most cheapest apartment buildings. We call it Хрущевки. It's not a classical Хрущевка because it have 9 floors. Classical Хрущевka had 5 floors, but it is the same technology. It's not from concrete, it's not from brick. It's from these panels, and these panels stuck to each other. In Soviet Union time, there was the man with the surname Khrushchev. It is something like a president right now. And Khrushchev decided to give to people small but comfortable apartments. They were small but comfortable, with hot water and with gas heating. And he did it. In some walls you can see the signs. These signs means family sign. Each ADG family have their own family sign, and sometimes they put it in the fence or to the door. some people said that I have improved my English from my first video on my channel. I very appreciate that words. It's because of you helped me in comments. I'm very glad that people help me and they correct me. Then I made a mistake, then I make a mistake, then I did a mistake. They correct me in comments, and I cannot read all comments, but I read comments, but I don't read all comments. There are too many comments, and I haven't time to read all comments, but I read some comments on each my video, and it's very help me. Then you correct me. For example, in my first video, in many of my first video, I speak something like a chemical stuff, chemical, chemical, and people correct me. They said, then it's pronounced chemical, and I start to say correctly chemical. Or I use the word deceiving, deceiving, like this house have beautiful deceiving, and people correct me and said that it's pronounced design, and it was difficult for me, but I start to use that pronunciation, design. This house have beautiful design. That house haven't beautiful design. But someone live here, and it's something like we had then I was young. We live in very poor house, like that. There was no hot water and gas heating. We had wood stove, and it was a problem for me always. Then I came from the school, and it was very cold in the house. Then I came in, and it was first deal what I need to do to burn the wood stove. I remember that time, but I have only good memories about that. And these difficulties right now, I understand that it's nothing, it's just a part of life, and it's okay. Someone bought the bricks. And we'll build house, something like that, from new bricks, or like that. Right now we're interesting moment. The car have come, and two men asked me what I'm doing, and it was a policeman, and they said that they are from anti-narco control, you know. There are a problem about narcomania, and they asked me what I'm doing because I'm shooting. For true, it was the first time in my life then police stopped me and asked me what I'm doing, why I'm shooting. It was just a conversation. They asked me what I'm doing. I said I have a channel. They check my channel and said it's okay, have a nice day. And I said have a nice day. And I understand that problem about drugs, about narcotics, about drugs. It's a big problem here too in Russia. But for true, yesterday I watched a video about how it's going in some American towns, some American cities, that people stay in a very strange pose on the streets, and I realized that it's a big problem. We haven't people who hold in strange pose in our towns, but it's like hidden for our eyes, you know. We have that problem, we know that problem, we have that problem, but it's more hidden than in USA or Canada. It's more hidden here. Yesterday I saw a video about how policemen talk with people in USA, and it was a very polite conversation. The policeman just was trying to figure out what was going on between the wife and the husband. Did he hit her or not? Because woman said that the husband hit her, and they was very polite, and you know, good people, they are everywhere. Then people said that all policemen, they are very rude and bad people. It's a bullshit. Good people are everywhere, and there are lots of good people in police, in fire department, doctors. There are many bad doctors, of course, but there are lots of very good doctors, teachers. And we have to respect that good people. They make beautiful things for our society. So I wish to all good, for all good and honest policemen, doctors, teachers, engineers, all people. Best wishes to Australia, USA, Canada, Asia. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you that it will be very strong health to your families. It's something, the health, it's something like, in some cases you cannot buy for money. Only Creator or God, you can call him how you want, can give you strong health, and you will be blessed. With money or not, you know how we say it here, with money or without money, you will be blessed if you will have strong health, and all your parents, children, sisters, brothers will have strong health. So I wish all kind people in the world strong health. Thank you very much for watching. Big hugs.